TKO here, and I'm excited about today's video because we're going to be doing a lesson. We're doing another long form content video, and if you want to catch my show on podcast, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, you can I guess just go to those services. I get the videos up about a day or so after, so you can look for those. Today we're going to be talking about Black female desperation. As you know, I'm a self-love specialist. I'm waiting for the link to populate so that we can get I'm waiting for the link to populate so that we can get the notification out to the text notification squad. So welcome in, everybody. Say hello as you come into the building. All right, so it is here. So let me let me get in. All right, come on in, everybody. Say hello when you come in. I'm getting ready to get the text out to the text notification squad. So bear with me for just un momento. Un momento, por favor. Un momento, por favor. Un momento, por favor. Listen, if you're in any Black female groups or you have some Black female girlfriends, especially somebody who's dating somebody who is a little sketchy, I want you to share this with your friends because we're going to be talking about the dynamic that exists. I'm going to show you all a few different videos, and then we're going to talk about the dynamic that is existing in the dating world today. Oh, somebody say, "Hey, beautiful lady." Hey. Thank you. Let me get a thumbs up for this beautiful look. I am so lovely. Listen, I understand why people become obsessed with me when they can no longer, be in my circle or have access to me. I understand. Listen, as little Kim said in one of her songs, if I were you, I would, I forgot what she said. I don't know. I think she said, if I were you, I'd be jealous of me too. I don't know. I don't know how it goes. You have to tell me. You have to tell me. I just remember it was a long time ago she did that song. Okay, so all right, so good. That is up. Let me get the link. I'm sorry. Shara is saying they don't listen. You know what? Well, continue to share because the seed will be planted. Because listen, it's painful. Living in that existence is painful. And I have learned over this past week that we as Black women are not where it is that I thought we were in terms of self-love. So that has been sent out to the text notification squad, TKO text squad. Get ready to get your text. Here. So if you'd like to get a free notification on Telegram, I'm sending that out too right now. Perfect. So all of that is out. Wonderful. I saw some video. Oh, you know what? We need to get live on all of these platforms. I need you all to share in your WhatsApp group. There goes the text right there. Share in your WhatsApp group. Share to somebody on Instagram. Share in a Facebook group. Share to somebody on WhatsApp. Share to somebody in text. The more that you share, that's a way that you can support, because then the algorithm will then show them more of my videos. So if you know somebody who needs to see my videos, by all means, share with them so that once they open it on YouTube, if they watch enough of it, the algorithm will show them more of my videos. If they don't, then, it just wasn't for them anyway, but at least you tried. So let's go ahead and get live on all of these platforms because we have a show that we need to get into today. All right. Listen, let's do this. All right, we are live on Twitch. We're live on Twitter. Let's see. We are live on Facebook. We're live on LinkedIn. And of course, we are live on YouTube. Yes. YouTube is my main platform. All right, so listen, I am your host, Tonya TKO. I am a self-love specialist. I specialize in helping you be able to create the shifts that you need to in your private life, in your mind, in your psyche, in order to be able to reattune yourself to self-love. I have a book, which is behind me right there. It is available on Amazon. It's a workbook so that you can create the changes that you need to on the inside. And the book, let me tell you, I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist, and the ways that these affirmations are written to rewire your mind. I have been having a lot of just craziness going on, and I haven't done my book in a while. But for the past week, I mean, you all will see, even my energy has shifted. For the past week, I've just dove back into the book, and things have shifted and changed for me. So if you need a change, like if you find something that resonates with you in this video and you need a change and you don't know where to start, that book, all you have to do is just write the affirmations. It's a petite, thin book with just the meat and potato, well, the fruit and veggies of what you need, because you know I don't eat meat, but I do eat potatoes. But nonetheless, listen, let's go ahead and get into this video, right? I was just letting you all know that where you can get help if you need it. So listen, I'm going to show you a few different videos because I felt moved by the spirit to make this video today, because there were some footage that came across my timeline earlier today, and I wanted to share this with you. So go for a journey with me as we I need to open up a different page. Hello, everybody. I love you all so very, very much. Thank you. Thank you for going through the ups and downs and all around with me. We've been through so much over the years, and so I appreciate you all rocking and rolling. Here we go. All right. I saw this, and let's take a look at this real quick and tell me what you I saw this, and this was the first thing that I came across. And I want you to tell me what you think about this right here, right? So I saw, as you see, the caption of this says, imagine climbing up these stairs as a guy, right? And I want us to take a look at this photo and what it is that we see. And I want you all to tell me what you imagine, what it'll be like to climb up these stairs as a man, right? It is a stadium full of Black women. You see a lot of reds, a lot of blacks, a lot of greens. So I imagine that they are Black community friendly, right? That's first and foremost. Oh, look, red, black, and green right on the screen. Happy, happy Black History Month, everyone. So yeah, so talk to me. Oh, you know what? So Tracy says she's been watching me since the displacement. So that means that you know about the book. Those were the most powerful affirmations that helped me get out of my displacement. All right. So, oh, Bree, so you've seen this photo? All right. So I wanted you all to just take a look at what it is that you see, right? And what do you think it'll be like as a man, even an average Black man, just walking up these stairs? What do you think the reception would be like? What do you think the hoopla would be like? I see no men in the audience. I just see women. So I want you to tell me if you need a closer look at this, right? Oh, it's not showing it any larger. So that's the largest that it kind of goes. All right. So talk to me, right? Talk to me. So people are saying beautiful Black women. That's not the question. That's not the question. What do you think it'll be like for an average Black man to walk up the stairs, right, in front of these women? Miss Lachey says, pick me energy, whatever the event. Oh my goodness. We coming out the door already hard. Listen. EM Rose says high frequency. I want you to tell me what you think it'll be like. Honestly, because I've learned some things about Black women over the past week, and you all are not answering the question. Skittles says overwhelming. Robert is just clapping. So let me ask the question in a different way. How do you think the women would behave if, yeah, of course he would be intimidated, of course, but how do you think the women would behave? I'm serious. I really want to see whether or not you all know, from a spectator's point of view. If you were here watching, right, So Tarsha says trying to get his attention. He wouldn't walk up the stairs, says Faith. He would, we probably wouldn't. He probably would be afraid. But how do you think the women would behave? What do you think their temperament would be like? What do you think their demeanor would be like? And I have learned, right? They would applause and some would even salivate for any old black man, dusty, worst or not. Somebody says, depend on the type of black man he is. Anybody above homeless looking, regular looking black man, anyone above homeless looking, especially if he had a little bit of handsomeness to him, if he took a little bit of time to oil his beard, because I'm going to tell you, right? And it doesn't depend on his facial expression to me, right? I'm going to tell you from what it is that I have witnessed, right? What I believe the energy would be like. I believe that there would be women in the crowd who would start calling out to him and be like, hey, that they would be like, that an energy would come through there where women would want to start not catcalling him, but trying to get his attention. All right, beard, I see you. This, then, the other, la, 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 right? I could imagine, just from what it is that I know about Black women and have learned over the past week, that they would participate in behaviors and activities to help him feel good about himself, throw some compliments his way, try to lift him up in some way. Some of the women would flirt with him. Some of the women would call out things that they like about his clothes. Some women would mind their business, but by and large, I could imagine that there would be a lot of hoopla, that the women would feel, I don't know. And listen, I'm only talking about what it is that I imagine, because I don't know these women and I don't know what would go on. But from what it is that I have learned and what it is that I know about Black women, if you think about the Black community and the standards that Black women say that they have and show that they have, these are two very different things. Black women say a lot in public about what their standard is, but behind closed doors, they got a man who's driving their car while she's at work, and he's not coming to pick her up. And when he does come to pick her up, one of the seats is broken down as if someone had been banging and a schmanging and a slanging on it, beating the chair down in the outright position. Then she's finding little scrunchies in the side of the door, and she's seeing the lipsticks hidden underneath the chair, and she ain't saying nothing. He just finished having a baby last week, and now she's with him trying to figure out whether or not she should give him a chance. There is a tremendous amount of desperation in our community. And the men know this. They know this. They know that there's a tremendous amount of desperation, a tremendous amount of women who are, you know what? From what it is, somebody says we got to start thinking positive about Black women now. No, 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 no. What we need to start doing is we need to start looking at the reality, at the reality. We need to start looking at how Black women have been so separated from self-love, that we need to look at how Black women, let me tell you something, how Black women in various shades are suffering so deeply from colorism and from abandonment, from paternal abandonment, from maternal pick-me behavior and mammy behavior at home while the mother was babying the boy and adultifying her. We need to start looking at the truth of what exists and how our community is in the state that it is in right now. That we have Black women who have gotten pregnant and the man is like, F you, B. And she's still wondering whether or not she should go full term with this person's baby and entangle herself for 18 years with him. I have learned that it doesn't even matter if the man is a liar, a domestic abuser, a cheater, psychopathic, a thief, a robber, disease-ridden, broke, with a bunch of different women that it doesn't really matter. It doesn't even the various shades of whatever one drop rule of black that he has in him for black women, it doesn't even matter. And all he has to do is come up speaking some flowery words or come up half-assed. All he has to do is show her some attention. You all remember when I was in Nigeria, right? And I did those videos with Chibuike, right? I met him in Ghana, and then we met back up when I came back into Nigeria, and he was oh my gosh, Book Book, he was he's so amazing, such a sweetie pie, right? I found out that there were women, my knockouts, who saw him in my videos and started sending him pussy pics, naked titty pics. Just all they did was see him in my video and started sending him images of their nude bodies, trying to get his attention, leading with sex and sexuality. Black women are so desperate that they would go onto an effeminate man's page to be abused in front of an arena of black men salivating for their abuse, right? Listen to what it is that I'm saying. Hear me, because I don't say these words lightly. I learned over this past week that black women, for any small amount of compliments or attention or even half-assed insincere accolade, right? That they will throw themselves at a man's feet. He doesn't have to prove himself. He can have a history of problematic behavior, and they will sweep it under the rug as long as right here and now he is saying some things that they like to hear, right? So I have learned this, and I thought that we were in a different place. And the problem is that I thought too optimistically about black women and where it is that we are. I ignored the truth of how our community looks. I ignored the truth of how there are women who are leaving their children with men that they just met. I ignored the truth of how women are giving access to their children to men that they don't know. Listen, I have seen the light. I am more awake now than I was the week before last. I'm going to tell you that much, right? So I'm going to show you this video that I want you all to see. We're going to be looking at a few different videos because we need to see what this looks like. And listen, my videos are for you to examine yourself. This is not about sitting around and looking at other people and calling these people names, because once the name calling is done, you have to sit at home with yourself. And the people who are calling names the most, I want you to look within yourself the most, because it is in you calling them a name that you want to separate yourself from them, because you're denying that part of yourself on the inside. So the people who are calling names the loudest, I want you to take a look. I want you to take a look inside, because we have black women who will fight other black women to get to a black man, any type of black man. They will try to steal your boyfriend. They will try to take your husband. They will try anything and everything just to get a little piece of a black man, especially if you've made the mistake of telling them that you got a good black man. They will throw themselves on the train tracks and you too just to get to him. Right? Listen, let's take a look at this video. I want you to tell me what it is that you see in this video. I'm going to let you watch the video first, and then I'm going to ask you some questions about what it is that you just saw. Okay? So, let us, and I'm quite serious too. I am quite serious. I want you to take a look and tell me what it is that you see. This is not the right thing. Here. Oh, man. So this comes from a guy's page called Pretty Boy Detroit. So this guy has some sort of indication that somebody thinks he's cute, but like, let's take a look. And this, look, I just want you to see. Big belly. I don't want to talk bad about people, but I just want you to take a look and see.
I just want to ask all three of y'all ladies a question.
It's very low. Let me try to get this volume up higher.
Hey, how y'all doing?
How are you?
I just want to ask all three of y'all ladies a question.
Okay.
What determines, like, you guys giving a man your number?
Why are you videoing us?
Like, for guys that's watching that want
It
advice.
needs to be a proper environment.
If we're
Proper
desperate.
advice.
If we're desperate.
If you, oh, that's the only way you giving them your number?
I like to get to know someone before I
Right.
extend my number to them.
Okay.
Yeah. But it wouldn't be here. It would be
Correct.
out at a bar or at an event.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And what's the right way for a guy to approach a woman?
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be a
Just be nice.
I'm
Introduce yourself.
Okay. So don't be weird about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Be
Yeah, be
confident.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spark conversation.
Yeah.
All right. And what determines if you give him your number or not?
If I'm like feeling something, like a connection, or I want to get to know you more.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. But I don't give my number to anyone, so I'm the wrong person to ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, how y'all doing?
All right, so I want you to tell me what it is that you see in this video. What is it, the sense that you get from this video? There's a lot of awkward, cringe energy. How are the women behaving? Okay, somebody said that they're repulsed. This is cringy. Sad, pathetic. Look at the black guy. They're looking at him like a roach. They look disengaged. Yes. And you know what? In this woman right here, look, the woman in the front, she's all burnt up from the tanning bed, right? She's obviously got money for work to be done on her body, right? You see this woman right here, right? Look at the way she's looking. Look. He's approaching them, right? You see the way he came up. Look, I just want you to take a look at this woman as it goes forward. I just want you to look and see how she's looking, right? Look, just look at her face. Look. Look at the way they're looking at him. Look at his face. How does he look? Look. I want you to see. What is it that you see, right? What is it that you see? And what are they saying? They would have to be desperate to give a man their number. Look at how she's looking. Look at the way the women are looking at him. Look at how he's coming up, hands all folded. You know, he got the tattoos. Yeah, he's approaching them in the mall. These women look like, I know what money looks like. These women have money. I know what money looks like. This is money right here that you're looking at. These women are repulsed by him, right? They are apprehensive. They're looking at him like he's some sort of criminal. They look disgusted by him. And what is this going to do? What is this going to do, right? This makes Black men try harder. This makes them want to be able to not be looked at like that, right? This makes them somebody's saying that that's not money. Well, we're seeing two different things, right? I know what money looks like. There's different levels to money, and I know what money looks like, and that right there is money right there. I'm telling you. That's money right there, right? So nonetheless, and you know what? We can debate about that. We can debate about that. What do you think would need to be different for you to see money where I'm seeing money, right? You don't see money? Let me know, because I know what money looks like when it's low key, right? Nonetheless, right? Tonya says it's a challenge for him, right? Yes. What this is going to do is this is going to some of you are so silly. Okay, so listen. What this is going to do is this is going to make him want to try harder, make him not want to look like that, have them look at him like that, make him want to figure out, how can I get in, right? And somebody is talking about not dripping, and the thing is, listen, real money is not walking around with labels and all that other stuff. I know what money looks like. Especially when it's low key. You need to take a look at the accoutrement, right? Take a look at, forget it. You just go ahead. You all think whatever it is that you want to think. Let me get back to my talking points, right? Men are wired to want to compete with other men. I have heard Black men talk about how, if you like, there's different types of white girls out there, right? And there are the trailer trash white girls, the fat white girls, and even them, they're making an investment in their future so that they can use that white DNA to be able to give birth to biracial daughters so that they can increase their stock. There's a certain level of self-hating Black man who wants to be able to combine his DNA with white men's DNA so that he can create a biracial son who he thinks is a better version of Black than he is, right? They want to create a biracial daughter who is his version of what he considers to be exotic. Look at how he's walking up all humble to these women, right? And he has on a very fancy watch, and he's trying to, and you see the woman is scooting away from him, like trying to get away from him, right? He got all these tattoos on him. He got on this necklace with the rose gold and the platinum color and this, that, and the other, right? And so this is his version of showcasing money. So he's like, yeah, I belong here. I could be here in this mall area. Let me approach these women. And then he approaches these women and they're looking at him like he's a scoundrel. And all this is going to do is make him want to try harder. I remember I saw this video of Jim Jones, like it was either in Louis Vuitton or the Gucci store, and they weren't catering to him. They weren't serving him. Let me see if I can find that video real quick, right? Let's see. Jim Jones, Gucci, Gucci store. I wish I had the video available. Oh, look, here, somebody did the video. Perfect. I'm so glad so that we could just jump right into it, right? Pause. Let me get this off my screen. So here, I want to show you, right? So now Jim Jones, he is not new money. He is not old money. Jim Jones, let's see if we could get this in the right screen. Let's see here. So take a look at this. Take a look.
We've been in Gucci for about an hour, right? And we in Gucci in the VIP.
We've been in Gucci for like 2 hours.
Right? Since we came in here having nobody came and showed us no courtesy, no amenities, no nothing. Period. Not even a drink of water. Asked to speak to a manager. Send me a Black guy out here that start telling me some bullshit. So they got the Black guy racial profiling on Black people. Asked to speak to a manager.
So then anyway, let's go forward. I want you to see what happened. So he's talking like all of that, right? And then let's see what happens once they did serve him.
This board.
Oh, It's little ball. Little ball. I don't know what today is. Do the video like this, so if you're in New York and you want to go,
this is not the right video. This is not the right video. Let me just describe to you what happened, right? Let me see. Do I try to find the video again? Let me try to find Jim Jones Gucci. I just want you all to see, right? Here. So here.
Heat.
We've been Gucci for like 2 hours.
Right? Since we came in here having nobody came and showed us no courtesy, no amenities, no nothing. Not leaving without, I'm parched.
I'm blowing like 100. He told me that.
So then this is what happened. Once the people came to serve him, then all of a sudden they started acting like they're balling. Now they throwing money around inside the Gucci store. They're buying all this stuff, looking like straight raccoons, right? So they wouldn't serve him. They weren't treating him right. This is a millionaire man in there trying to get acceptance from the white people. This is why we don't have any major designer label, black labels. We don't. This is why. And then he started throwing money around in there, and they were like, yeah. And they started just doing all of this with the drinks up in the air. And they just, yay, just doing all of this coonery and buffoonery. They were just so happy. Now we get to give these people our money, get treated like garbage. So what I'm saying is, right? The more they feel that they have to prove themselves, the more they work hard to try to prove themselves. I have heard a black man, college-educated black man, out of his own mouth. He said that he was on his way to Lebanon because in the strip clubs there, as a black man, you have to show your net worth. You have to show how much money you have before they even let you in. And this is just to get like an introduction to one of the strippers. He was telling me he was going to Lebanon. He was a black man. I guess he was one of the old time passport bros, because this was like a decade ago, right? And he was talking about how he was going to go to Lebanon to go to the strip clubs there because there was a certain air that he had to prove himself. He's like, when it comes to trying to date a white girl, he was like, you have to come. And this was a man who had lots and lots of money, right? This black dude had lots and lots of money. And he was like, when you meet a white girl's parents, you have to show her father that you are able to care for her. You have to show that and I mean physically show. You all remember Mrs. Maisley, the marvelous Mrs. Maisley. There was an episode of the show where, because she's Jewish, she had Jewish parents, and she was connected with this guy who wanted to marry her. The guy had to come and show his tax returns, show his balance sheets, what the money coming in and the money going out looked like in order for her father to give the blessing. And so this black guy was telling me something differently. And yes, prove himself to a stripper, that he was so happy to be in the presence of a white sex worker, right? That he felt a sense of joy to have to prove himself to her, right? But when it comes to black women, what is the standard for us? What is the standard that we show? And how does this make men relate to us? I want to show you another video that I thought was profound, right? I want to show you a video that I thought was profound personally. Let me get this in the right screen. Yeah, this is the right browser. Let me get this. This is not the right video, baby girl. All right, here. So let me get this. Let me get the right screen up for you all. All right. Let's see. This is not the right. Hold on. Give me just 1 second. All right. Perfect. This is the right screen. All right, wonderful. I just want you all to take a look at this video. We're only going to play a portion of it because this woman is going in. She's going in, and I want you to hear what it is that she has to say, because while I was looking at her, I had an epiphany, and I wanted to discuss that in this video, right? So here we go. Let's take a listen to what it is that she has to say.
I am so fucking goddamn pissed the fuck off right now. It's not even funny. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this. This is probably the most unhinged I've ever been on the internet, ever. And a part of me doesn't even really care that I'm this unhinged because it like needs to be said at this point. There is deeply, deeply, deeply something wrong with the majority of men. And before you're like, oh, you're a crazy feminist, you're just a fucking man-hater, hear me out for just a second. The amount of trauma that men have caused me in my life and the majority of my friends is fucking outstanding. And I understand that there are some bad women out there as well. I understand that, and that is a real fact. But there are by far much, much, much worse fucking men on this planet than there are women. And that's just a fucking fact. Out of all of my relationships and my dating history, only a small handful of my partners haven't lied to me about something.
All right, so I want you to hear this one part that she said. This is the part that gave me an epiphany.
Fucking men on this planet than there are women, and that's
so listen to this part right here. Listen, hear it again.
And that is a real fact. But there are by far much, much, much worse fucking men on this planet than there are women. And
I want you to hear that and let that sink in on you, what she's saying. She is saying that there are far worse men on this planet than there are women. Oh, you know what? I've forgotten about the apples. You know what? I'm going to check the Cash Apps in just a moment. Go ahead and send your apples through. Go ahead and send your apples through. It is $Tonya TKO. I'm going to read them right after this segment because there's another video that I want to show you, right? It's $Tonya TKO. The direct link is in the description, and I'll write it right here. Right now, there's 800 people on YouTube. There's 100 people on Facebook. We got one person on Twitch. Hey, Twitchy, right? And so if everybody gave $1, that would really support the show. So it is www.cash.app/$TONYA And it is a verified page so that you know that you're sending it to the right place. So there it is across the screen right there. Tonya TKO or Tonya TKO, however you want. Just make sure that you have it TONYA TKO. So nonetheless, what is it that she's saying? She's saying that there are far more terrible behaving men, far more whatever it is that she said about men. And I want you all to think about that. Are there far worse men, worse behaving men on this planet than women? We know that the majority of unalivings, we know that the majority of childhood SA, we know that the majority of graphic DV, like I'm not talking about just like, you know, you with your spicy Latina and she slapped you type of DV. I'm talking about detrimental, devastating, I rearranged your whole face and now your two eyes are shut closed type of DV, right? That there are far more worse men than there are women, talking about liars and cheaters. We already have seen the data in how in the next decade, for every one man that graduates from college, there's going to be 2 or 3 women that graduate from college. So they are falling behind in school. They're falling behind in the workforce. I don't know if you all have seen that the job, like they can't even get men into work. In 2018, blackdemographics.org reported that 40% of working age Black men did not bring in any income at all in 2018. So there's a lot going on out there. And so you think men don't know? You think men don't know that there are all of these eligible, like when you think about it, right? Especially nowadays, I don't know how many of you women have dated one of these modern men, right? One of these nowadays 2023 men, and you're talking to him and you get the sense that he feels like they say in Japan there's more vending machines than there are people. Like, there's a lot of vending machines. There's sandwich vending machines, there's ramen vending machines, there's tea vending machines, there's all different types of vending machines on the streets, in the sub, at job. There's all different types of vending machines in Japan. There's a lot of them. And the advent of online dating has created a sort of carousel effect for men where they're like, well, I could just go right back to the app and just type in my criteria and find one just as educated as you, just as beautiful as you, and they don't really seem to be able to differentiate between our personalities. And they don't really seem to get connected and attached as quickly as we do. So switching you out for a younger model, for a newer model, for a bigger boobed model, for a redhead model, for a thinner model, for a taller model, it doesn't really matter to him. Doesn't really seem to matter, right? And we got Black women who are doing the utmost, the very, very most for male attention and validation, right? And I want you to all, Getty says, I hate speaking to Y chromosomes. Listen, it's getting dire out here, especially with these men who have these podcasts and dudes who are not fact checking these fake numbers and just going around repeating it. It has infiltrated into people's families. People's sons are now repeating these talking points. People's brothers. Some people's fathers are repeating these talking points. It's sad and crazy out here. So nonetheless, you're speaking to a man and you get and he's giving off the air in a sense like he doesn't really have to behave. He doesn't really have to be faithful. He doesn't really have to treat you right. He doesn't have to come with education. He doesn't even have to come with money. He doesn't even have to be single. And you, college educated, well-employed, home-owning, beautiful Black woman will accept him with nothing. We are giving far too many mediocre men a chance. We are not requiring. Let me show, you know what? Let me check the apples. Let me check the apples. Okay. Send the apples through. I'm going to check the apples now, and then I'm gonna show you all a video. Then we're gonna check the apples again, right? Someone said men just want to smash and dash. Well, you know what? Listen. I remember in 2012, I looked at the census data, right, for interracial dating for Black men and Black women. And both Black men and Black women marry down in terms of financially when they get with people interracially. So when Black women get with Black men, according to the 2012 census, and I need to update my information, but Black women were marrying down. That Black women were choosing, like when it came to interracial dating, Black women were choosing white men who earned less money than they did, right? And Black men were choosing white women who earned less money than they were. So it's like Black women, we are giving ourselves up at a discount. I really don't know what it is that we need to do. Whether we need to, listen, there are more white people in this country than us. I don't know if we need to just start going overseas and finding an overseas matchmaker and having them vet the person for, misogynistic ways to make sure that you can find a person who is a good fit. But we need to vet. We need to broaden our horizons. We need to work on ourselves on the inside and the outside. We need to stop giving ourselves up at a discount, because what ends up happening is they don't have to do nothing. They don't have to do anything. All they got to do is just show up with brown skin and a dick. That's it. All they got to do is show up with brown skin and a black dick. That's it. That's it. Their nuts don't even have to swing down low. They could be tight all up on his body. He doesn't have to have nothing in his pocket. He doesn't have, what does he have to bring? Who does he have to be? I had to ask you all this question because it expands far greater than what is happening online. I got into I don't want to bring up this person who seems desperate for my attention at this point, right? But it didn't take nothing for these Black women to throw me under the bus. It took nothing. Listen, I've been on YouTube for 15 years. I have maintained my talking points for 15 years. I grew up on YouTube, right? And it took nothing for them to throw me under the bus and are now still, listen, I'm telling you, this person that they threw me under the bus for is very problematic. Listen, what happens in the dark will come out in the light. This is why I don't have to say anything. All I have to do is just sit back and watch it unfold. Well, I'm not even bothering to watch it. They're going to have to be the ones with egg on their face when the dust settles, because I know what it is that I know. I know what I know. I know what it is that I know. But the thing is, where is our standard? I even read one comment, right? I even read one comment that was like, even if this person is lying, we need somebody advocating for us, even if it's a lie. I wish I had did I save this comment? Next time I'm going to be prepared. Next time I'll be prepared. Because I was stunned when I read that, and I was like, wow, the desperation is so, and they know that you're desperate. They know you're desperate. And this is why they come up half-assed, because they don't have to be anything, do anything, have anything for them to get with you. And they get themselves a prime woman who owns her own home, makes her own money. Now they're looking at you to be the damn breadwinners. I read a whole TikTok exchange with a man who was angry that this woman lied to him about what her financial position was, and because he didn't want to leave out of her house. She let him move in, had intercourse with him on the first night. We got these men, we're so desperate that we got men without healthy relationships guiding us on how to be able to get what? We had a broke ass man who didn't pay his child support, who abandoned his own child. This is the type of human being you taking dating advice from? A man who's twice divorced, effeminate, with big childbearing hips and damn wide Barney booty? Oh please. Oh please. Let me check these apples and then get into the last two videos that I want to show you, because you need to see this. You need to see this, right? You need to see what it is that I'm talking about here. Yeah? Let me see what we have here. Let me see what we have here. All right. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know what? Here. Let's read a few and then we're going to go do the doggone thing. Essie sends $5 and says, Black women are bitter and bougies if we have standards, or quote unquote bitter and bougie if we have standards. You know, that's just gaslighting. And I hope we know this by now, that we've been lied to about almost everything. If you see a Black man telling you something about why the community is the way that it is, just flip around anything that he says and just let you know that it's the exact opposite of that. If they tell you Black men left the house because of welfare, no, Black women needed welfare because Black men left the house. I mean, make it make fucking sense. It's like we need to use our heads and use our minds at what it is that they're telling us. Many of us were here in the 80s. Many of us, I mean, we were old enough to remember some of these talk shows. And so they told us that Black women went onto these talk shows bashing Black men. They cannot find no shred, no evidence of it, because it was them in the 80s who was talking about, I don't want a Black woman, I want a white woman. And the Black women were there in their 8-ball jackets like, please, come back to us. We'll be good, please. And then we had Shahrazad Ali, Queen Mammy Almighty, talking about slap her and it's just too much. It's too much, right? So Essie says, men will say these girls are hurt by the same few Exactly. Bernadette sends $10 and says, just because. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you. Thank you. Charmise sends $5 and says, love you, queen. I love you too, queen. I love you too. Hey, Ayan is in the house. Ayan sends $1 and says, this is much needed. Is it? Because I don't know if people are hearing what it is that I'm saying. If you're hearing what I'm saying, I need you to tell me. Send an apple through, support the show, support the podcast, support the broadcast that support you. If you're feeling what it is that I'm saying, don't make me have to ask for apples. Because I was editing my videos, and in the video I was asking for apples, and I just felt like, oh God, Tonya, why do you have to do this? You know, so don't make me have to ask. Send them, support. All right. JJ sends $5. It's hurtful seeing how desperate Black women are. It is very hurtful indeed. Felicia sends 20 and says, thank you for your content. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you. Candace sends $20 and says, for self-love. Thank you. I appreciate that. Tamira sends $1. Thank you. And she says, dating is a shit show. Love the hair. Thank you. My natural waves are popping. They're popping. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Candace sends $11.65 and says, content that supports me. Thank you. I appreciate that, Candy. I appreciate that. And Little sends $5 and says, friend is having a baby by a Dusty. I don't know how to stop her. How far along is she? You send her the data, the stats. I don't know. Show her some of these videos on TikTok of these women crying about the situation that they're in. Send it. But you know what? This is the situation that we're in right here. You hear that? You hear that? You hear that? Thank you. We just got a super apple in. Thank you. Wilder sends $100. She didn't leave a message with that, but Wilder, I thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Carrie sends $5 and says for support. Thank you. I appreciate that. Brianna sends $2 and says real money never looked like money, bare minimum style. Absolutely. That's one of the things that people don't really understand. But you know what? Listen, I know what money looks like, but you know, everybody has a different interpretation of what money looks like. So I want to hear from somebody who feels that they know better. So maybe I'm wrong, because you know, we don't know. I don't know. So let's see. Where did I leave off? Carrie says for support. I think we got that one. Torian sends 333 and says Barney booty took me out. Listen, you knew that's the only thing I can think of, because it just looked like Barney's booty. Faith sends $10 and says, we hear you 100%. Thank you, Faith. I appreciate that. Text notification squad in the hizzy. Mystic sends $1 and says, that Ali impression is hilarious. You're talking about the Shahrazad Ali? That woman was a mess. Sapphire sends $5 and says, love your show. Thank you. The men ain't sending no apples in tonight. What's going on, men? You not feeling what it is that I'm saying? What's happening? All right, so let us get to the next video that I want to show you all. Oh, so far for the broadcast, we have brought in $238, so I'm very happy about that. Thank you. All right, so let us get to the next video that I want to show you. And listen, Join the text notification squad that helps support the show. We have a community that we have built behind the scenes. You all are like bad siblings sometimes, but you know, the love is there. The love is there, right? So we do have a community where we communicate between broadcasts. And so the text notification squad is $1.99 a month. As a matter of fact, let me play the commercial, and then after the commercial, we will get into the next video. So I'm gonna put the link right here for the text notification squad. While the commercial is playing, go ahead and join. I send you the text internationally. I send it to you domestically, and you'll see the prices on the page. And for the yearly, it's $22 and $50 for the international. Wow, the text, the apples are coming in. www.tonyatko.com/text. So go ahead and join the text notification squad while the commercial is playing. We have over 850 people on the text notification squad, and the text notification squad really supports the show because sometimes these platforms, they unsubscribe you, or because of the topic, like if we're talking about Black issues, Facebook is such a hater whenever you put Black inside any title. I don't know, they don't want us talking about Black issues. So sometimes they unsubscribe you, sometimes they don't send it to you, but you can always guarantee that you'll get a text. When I go live, I send everyone on the text notification squad a text, and you also have a community behind the scenes where we interact between broadcasts. So absolutely. So watch this commercial, join while it's playing. The commercial is 1 minute and 11 seconds. Go join and then come back. Are you tired of missing Tonya TKO's live videos? Arriving late when the video is well underway or about to end? Are you fatigued of only seeing a live video randomly while perusing YouTube and Facebook? Or worse, randomly unsubscribed? Well, now you can get a text notification whenever I go live. No longer are we dependent on the algorithm of these fickle platforms. For just $1.99 a month US and Canada, or $4.99 a month international, you get a personalized text message 15 minutes before each live show. Now you can show up early with the text squad, meet other people from all over the world, and get invited to secret broadcasts off platform. Most importantly, support your favorite independent creator. Go to TonyaTKO.com and click on text. Join the TKO Text Squad today for just $1.99 a month US and Canada, or $22 a year if you pay in advance. $4.99 a month international, $50 a year if you pay in advance. You'll never again be tardy to the party. I'll see you on the next broadcast. TonyaTKO.com/text. Are you tired of missing? All right, so welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Wardell says, Facebook loves you. Your propaganda is what they love the most. No, actually, Wardell, you cannot use the word Black inside of a Facebook video. You can't use the word Black. And then also, I have 1 million people on my Facebook page, and there are 72 people here for this live broadcast. Facebook does not love me. You love me. So go ahead and send an apple through and send your love through, Wardell. You come here, you support with your clicks and views. So now support with your money. You know, support a beautiful Black queen. You know, show your love and appreciation. You know, it's not easy looking this pretty. You know what I'm saying? Help me stay soft and feminine. You know, there's the name to my apple right there. It's $Tonya TKO. Wardell, you're talking when you should be typing the money into Cash App. You get off of Facebook, go there, do that, and then come back. Support the content that you know you love to watch. Nonetheless, let us get into this next video that I want you all to see, because I feel like a lot of these videos are important for us to break down. All right. Oh, hold on. The volume is off, so let me try this again.
The broke man. Would you date a broke man?
Yeah, I date a broke man.
You date a broke man?
Yeah.
Fine as you is?
Yeah.
What if he ain't got no?
Help it.
Huh?
He can't help it.
Oh, really? So what you? Wait. We gotta ask this question. I seen you coming out the bank. What you do?
So I'm an ER tech.
Okay.
So, but I don't make a lot of money neither. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I'm broke. So it's like I want to help, you know.
Okay. So if he flat broke, you'll still date him.
Yeah, I mean.
Hey man, y'all better get out here and holler at some of these fine women. There's some out here date the broke ones. Thank you. I appreciate you.
You too.
You're very pretty. Would you date a broke man? Would you date a broke man?
Yeah, I date a broke man.
You date a broke man?
Yeah.
Fine as you is?
Yeah.
What if he ain't got no?
Help it.
Huh?
He can't.
I just want you to rewind it and listen to it again and again. What is she saying? And how does he sound? And it's just like with the passport boys, the PP boys. Y'all better get out here, know what time it is. Come get these black bees. They got low standards. Broke, a joke, flat broke, don't matter. She's an ER tech. It don't matter. She'll date you. She'll even move you in with her. She'll give you intercourse, have your children. She'll be faithful. You could cheat on her, fill her full of dis-ease. And she'll still take you and want you and hold on to you. It don't matter if you come up, you got nappy braids, and one of your braids been ripped out from a fist fight with a woman or a man or whatever the case is. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't even matter. She'll take you. Why not? Why not? And this is not the only video like this. And look, as pretty as she is, no standards. But then you remember, right? You remember this, right? You remember this? Oh, wrong screen. You remember how this looked, right? How were they looking at him in this? If he went up to her and was like, yeah, I ain't got no money, Mom, but would you want to date me? But look at them. You think any of these women here would date him? If he was like, oh, look, I wanna take you out. You think any of these women would let him take them out? You think he's going to be talking about, oh, you know, you can't spend more than $29 on the first date. You think any of these women would be okay with him spending less than $29 on a first date? You think any of these women would be like, on a hot summer day, let's walk through the park and eat some damn melted ass freaking ice cream cones dripping down your doggone hand and dropping and flopping on your doggone dress, shoes, and sandals? You think any of these women are going to go walking through the park with his damn black ass because he ain't got enough money to take her into a restaurant? Do any of these women look? No, he knows that none of those women would. But that woman on the street, let me ask you a question. This woman right here, right? This woman, if he wanted to, if that same man with the tattoos on his face came up to her and was like, look, you know, I'm kind of having a hard time right now, but I want to take you on a date, but, you know, I just want to know, you know, my boy said he would give me back the money next week, but for now, if you could take, do you think she would go? If he was like, you know, let's go get a slice of pizza, Ma. Or if he gets there and he's like, oh man, I'm short. You got me? You think she would go walking through the park with him? Right now, even in the damn dead of winter. If he was like, you know, why can't we just see nature? I just want to walk through the park with you, Ma. You think she would walk through the park with him? I got more for you. I got more. You know what? Go ahead and join my other channel, www.youtube.com/@TonyaTKO clips. I put the short clips up on the other channel. And thank you, because a lot of you have gone over there and you're watching the short clips, you're sharing them. These are bite-sized pieces of my video that you can share easily with other folks. Okay, so people know that she would. Of course she would. Of course, no question about it. She would go walking through the park with him in the damn winter, freezing, hands cold, without him even buying her an effing park pretzel. You think I'm lying? He wouldn't even buy her some damn hot cocoa. Not a Starbucks cup, not a corner store, nothing. Ray says I'm making you choke. How am I making you choke on what? Somebody saying yes, especially here in New York, of course. If he was like, yo, you know, meet me downtown. I really want to go to this hot dog. And then he get you a damn hot dog and be like, oh man, I'm a little short right now. And then you just walk through the damn park with your damn hot dog, pigeons attacking you for the bread and all of that. Can't even take you in someplace. Listen, listen, you all know. You all know. So here, let us go to the next video that I wanted to show you all, right? This right here, thank you to the people in the text notification squad group. You all shared this video with me, and I wanted you to just take a look at this, right? Here, I just want you to take a look. We can't play it because the music is copywritten. Let me see if I can. Here. I just want you to just take a look. Take a look. Because we need to do better. We have got to love ourselves enough to be like, you know what? I am not going to continue to give myself up at a discount. And not just sit there silently shriveling away, but branching out, dating from different communities, dating from different countries, dating from different people who may look a little different than you may have imagined, but maybe a really, really great, awesome, dope human being. I was in a relationship like that with a dope human being who looked a little different than I was typically used to. But he was such a sweetie pie. But let's take a look at this. I just want you to hear some of these lyrics. We can't play more than like 5 seconds of it because they're gonna clock me. Here. You won't leave me, bitch. He says, I know you won't leave me, bitch. Right? I just want you to just let me see if I. Ain't nobody love you how I love you. That's why you won't leave me, bitch. Keep it. So this is the guy, his name is YelloPain or something along that line. And he's just going to start singing, keep it 100, right? He's just going to start singing, keep it 100. So the name of this song is On a Leash. Everybody who I reacted to, their stuff is in the description of this video. So you can find those people if you want to see them. This is not the video that I wanted. I wanted to show you all the video from YouTube because the YouTube video has the double time on it, right? So he's like, I know you won't leave me, bitch. That's how look. And then I want to show you all this. Why you saying what the hell? This is what it is out here. This is what it is out here. He know you won't leave him, B. He know you won't leave him. Ain't nobody love you how I love you. That's why you won't leave me, bitch. Yeah, he going off. Let me see if I can get this on double time for us so that we don't get clocked. Let me see if that stops it. Let me see if I do 1.5 maybe 1.5 will protect us. Let's see. Keep it 100. I know you won't leave me. Keep it 100. I know you won't. All right. I want to get to the part where he says, I don't really love you. I just like what you can do for, ooh, his face.
Just gotta have a good reason to make it convincing. You gotta forgive me, because you know that you would not be okay if you did. You know I don't love you, I love what you do for me.
Did you hear that? You know I don't love you, I love what you do for me. Listen to what he's saying. He's saying the quiet part out loud. Look, he does have a very strange look about him, but you know, we all God's children, so.
Don't love you, I love what you do for me.
I just want you all to just pay attention.
You know I don't love you, I love what you do for me. I feel like I own you, so I don't want you to leave. You think this is love, cause it's the most that you done seen. And we both say it's love, but we know love don't fucking cheat. When it happened, you went internal and wondered if that was your fault. Truthfully, I know it wouldn't be bad if I had to get caught. I'm glad you don't hear what I'm thinking. You'll probably be lost. Plus, you might get the courage to leave me if you knew how I really thought.
I just want you to pay attention. Check out his song and just listen to the whole thing. He's actually talking about how we live in a society where we teach women to be ride or dies. Let me see if I can get the captions up on the screen, right? So that you can at least see the lyrics of what it is that he's saying, right? So he's talking about how you won't leave me. Hold on. I just need these lyrics to stay up here on the screen here. So he's like, keep it 100. He's no, you're not going to leave him. And he's singing this to women, today's woman. So he's talking about how we live in a society where we're taught that men should always be forgiven, and it's all this ride or die. And we have so many Black women who are caught up in this ride or die. You are riding and dying for the communatah. And we're not doing what it is that we need to do to protect ourselves. We're not doing what it is that we need to do to create a standard. We don't have a standard for the content we consume. We don't have a standard for the men we let inside our body. We don't have a standard for who we keep inside our life. Listen. I feel like I need to make a whole video about this, right? Let me know if you feel let me know if you feel I need to make a video about this, because I have been seeing people saying on the internet, Tonya is hard to get along with. Tonya doesn't maintain relationships with people that she has collaborated with. I see people saying this. Listen, I've collaborated with people and we have friendships and relationships off screen. I confer with them. I have listen. What happens online is online. Let me just say this so that people can understand me and understand me well. Nobody, listen. Let me say this so that you understand what I'm saying. Nobody is guaranteed access to me. No one is guaranteed to be in my life. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. I don't have to keep anybody in my life at all. Male, female, or alike. If I communicate with you and I start peeping some funny style stuff, or we not on the same speed or temperature, I don't have to keep you in my life. And I hope that there's a self-love lesson in that for you, because nobody is guaranteed access to you at all. At all. And there's far too many of us who are keeping men, women, mothers. Let me tell you something. I've had to unfriend family, high up family too. I don't play those games. Either you respect me or you're gone. You're not gonna play up in my face. Let me tell you something. You're not going to. Mina kia, mina business, who you be? You better understand who me be. Let me tell you, you're not guaranteed access to my life. I don't care whose womb you come out of. I don't care what DNA we share. I don't care how many podcasts we've been on together. If I see something that is incongruent with my life, my values, my standards, you are gone. Gone. I don't play those games. So you can say whatever it is that you want to say, but one thing that you cannot say, one thing you can't say, is you cannot say that you have ever seen me on any video talking bad about any woman that I have collabed with. You will never, you cannot say that you have heard me. And there are things that I have heard and seen and witnessed that if I said out loud to you all would start hitting the unsubscribe button from some of these people. But I keep this to myself. You don't hear me saying nothing. Listen, what happens in the dark will come out in the light. I let people do what they do. I mind my business on my channel over here. And the thing is, you want to talk about keeping it 100? If there's one thing that you can guarantee, that I will keep it a buck. I will keep it a buck over here. There's people who are questioning my integrity. Mina play them games. say what I need to say to people, face to face, ear to ear, live. I don't wait until the connection or the conversation is over. You will never see that from me at all. Well, maybe you might if I lose my mind or something, but while I'm of sound mind, you won't see it. You won't see it. That's not the type of person that I am. And when I say something, you can trust and believe I have researched it, I have lived it, or I've seen it for my doggone self, right? Right? I don't stay up there. You gotta believe me, but you gee whiz, you gotta believe me. I don't need to do none of that. Because like energy attracts like energy. So listen. I'm going to check the apples. We're going to do the self-love lessons from today's video. And let me know if you need me to make a whole video about what it is that I just said. And you know what? Listen. Protect your peace. That's all I'm going to say. Far too many of us are getting shamed into staying in relationships que no sirven. No sirven. Dañao. Right? I don't even know how to. They don't serve. The relationships are not feeding you. No sirven. Dañado is the word for something que rompido. It's something that's just, listen, if there is, and I hope that I can inspire you all. And now listen, there's a certain amount of self-work that you need to do. You need to make sure that you got your therapist in place. You need to make sure that you have a group of friends that you respect who can call you on your shit. You must have your therapy. You must be emotionally intelligent. Because, I mean, some of us who are cutting people off, we're cutting them off because we are the toxic ones, right? This is what I'm saying. You need to have a trusted group of friends who can call you out on your shit. People whom you respect and you can call them out on their shit. You have to have therapy. You have to work on your childhood issues and wounds. There are far too many of us who are suffering and we're not getting the help that we need and we're going around perpetuating. Listen, you all know my stance on therapy. You all know. And I look at a therapist as a person whom you employ who is a part of your health team. And you've got to keep your mental health in order. So listen, let us check the apples. And then we're going to be getting out of here. So if you want to send any apples before the broadcast ends, make sure that you get them in here now. The link is in the description. It is $Tonya TKO, just like you see on the screen right there. It is a verified page. Hey, somebody said she just joined. The Robo said they just joined the tech squad. Perfect. You know what, as a matter of fact, let me check who just joined the text squad right now and just make sure that your number came through, because sometimes when people autofill the page, it doesn't come over. All right, so let's take a look and see. Okay, so there's a person by the name of NT who joined. Your number did not come over. So you're going to need to send me a message after this broadcast. You're going to get an email from me. Just respond back to that email with your phone number so that I can add it. So the people who have just joined are NT, then we got Shania, Torian, Brittany. Shania joined twice. Shania, I'm going to have to take one of those out because I don't want you to pay for 2 subscriptions. Kendra, Alyssa, Tawana, Michelle, Joanna, and Raquez. Welcome to all of the new members on the text notification squad. If you have not gotten the link, Stefan went on his first date yesterday. Ow. Listen. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. Me, oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my. Look at that. So we're going to have a Super Apple Dance Party in just a moment, but make sure that you get your apples in. We're going to do the self-love lessons. Then we're going to read the apples. And then after that, I'm going to give you my self-love lesson. And then we're going to jump out of here. So I want you all to type SLL. And I want you to tell me, what are the self-love lessons that you learned from today's video? Ooh, we went over an hour. So let's hurry up and get out of here. What are the self-love lessons that you learned specifically from the video that we did today? If you like this long-form content, let me know that you like it. Let's get the music on. And let's see. Come on. Let us see. SLL, self-love lessons, right? So, Stefan, tell us more about, well, you know what, behind the scenes, come to the group and tell us about this date so that we can find out more. Because is this your first date ever in life? Your first date after some time? Okay, walk away from misaligned people, places, and things. Have standards, set boundaries, and respect yourself. It's okay to let relationships go. Hey, so we got Tawana. Thank you. Choose between happiness and yourself. Tawana, where were you? We just did a broadcast behind the scenes. I didn't see you there. You have to come and introduce yourself to everyone. Desperation attracts disrespect. Mind your business, protect your peace. Know your worth and add tax. Yes. Shannon has to rewatch the playback. Say no to saying broke, staying broke, and broke men. Stop listening to toxic males and music. Absolutely. Snoop Dogg still making toxic music. Say no to just brown skin and a dick. I got here 5 minutes ago. I was at work. Come on, you need to be on the text notification squad, or you need to be sneaking while you at work. Say no to dating broke men. Learn to love your own company. Stefan was nervous. Oh, like a summer virgin, huh? Stop allowing people to live rent-free in your heart and mind. Set boundaries, keep high standards, and never accept bare minimum. Peace and praises. Some Black women just have to learn the hard way. Stay away from them while they learn. Ooh! That right there needs to be a TED Talk. Right there. That needs to be a TED Talk. You're always worth more than you think. Hey, Ayana's in the house. Hey, text notification squad. I love that we get to know each other behind the scenes so that when I see your names here, I know exactly who you are. So yes, set your value high and don't waver. You know what? I want to talk to you all about that, because the first standard starts with how you treat yourself, right? The first standard starts with the standard you keep for yourself, how you clean your body, how you groom your body, how you take care of this vessel that has been bestowed to you by the Most High. Listen, how you treat your body, the foods that you eat, the excuses that you make. Listen, before I go to bed at night and when I wake up in the morning, I am writing in my self-love affirmations book. I do not pick up my phone before I do my affirmations, because I realized that when I started letting these energies in, they had the chance to throw me off kilter. Now I do my affirmations, I meditate for a little while, and then I get up, I do some yogic stretches. Listen. Tonya, I am not going to allow you to lie right now, girl. What you talking about? You know you don't do it like that, Tonya. Keep it real. I do my yogic stretches, but it takes me a while to get up. That's the honest truth. After I meditate, and I'm trying to create a new habit for the morning, because I have the challenge, and I'm going to give you all the challenge right now. What is it that you want from your life? And what are the habits that you feel that you need to employ to get that? So me, I am changing my nighttime and my morning habits. Typically, when I wake up, I start working from bed. And I start working on my phone, replying to emails, replying to comments, and all of that. I used to do that first thing in the morning, but I have put my affirmations before that. And then after I get up, I do my yogic stretches, but it takes me a while to get up. But I do want to get up. out of the bed a lot quicker than I get out of the bed now. That's what I want to do. And I'm challenging myself to do that. I have stated it publicly. If you all want to come along for that journey with me, then I am telling you there's somebody that just got blocked quietly, right? Listen, don't try to play these types of games with me, right? Don't try to play these types of games with me. Don't. If you want to try to be listen, let me continue forward. Let me continue forward. Those of you who know me know that I love living off the grid. Those of you who know me know I love living off the grid. You know that I love being able to travel and be free under God's green earth, right? There is nobody that can shame me for living the RV life. No one can shame me for that. No one. No one at all. It is a dream. It is a dream. So nonetheless, here we go, right? Listen. You hear that? What is it that you hear? Hey! Hey! Woo! Whoop, whoop! Hey! All right. So Jerry sends 1111 worth of Bitcoins, and she put her self-love lesson in here and said, hold on, it's a little high. Let me try to make it lower so I can see it on the screen. She says, create boundaries. She says, create boundaries and uphold them. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. And L sends $100 and says, you look stunning. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Shantae sends 222 and says, thank you for all that you do. Love you today. Thank you. Angela sends $5 and says, I need the link again to the Telegram group. You know what we need to do? You know what we need to do? I know what we need to do. I'll get you the link again. Andrea sends $5 and says, because your New York accent gives me life. Well, thank you. Where are you from? All right, perfect. All right, so here we go. Wonderful. All right, so let's see. So now I'm going to give you all my self-love lessons that I learned from today's video, right? Okay. All right. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself to me is realizing the truth. There was somebody very early in the broadcast that said that we need to think more optimistically about Black women. And I was watching this masterclass from Colin Powell. And in Colin Powell's masterclass, one of the things that he talked about was the difference between hope and optimism, right? And he was saying that the difference between hope and optimism is one of the, I wish I could remember the quote exactly, but I believe he said hope is when there's no evidence that things will be different. And optimism is when you have evidence to the contrary, and yet you are hoping for something different. I think that's along the lines. But nonetheless, I need to find that quote. I had it written down, but to find my book now at the end of the broadcast would just take too much, and I'd be flipping through the pages and all of that. But I think that it's important that we as Black women, that we stop with the hope and the optimism, that we take a look at what it is that we have before us, the truth of the matter. Because, there's so many people who are living in this fantasy of a reality that just does not exist. And they are going down with the Titanic while smiling and putting lipstick on. And it's like, take a look at the reality of what you have around you. The sink is shipping. Let me say that. The ship is sinking. Take a look at the truth of what it is that exists. The ship is sinking. And it is okay to pay attention, because it's when you realize that the ship is sinking that you take your ass out to the lifeboat. It is when you realize that the ship is sinking that, like, the earlier you realize it, the more likely it is that you'll be able to save your life. Because there's going to have to be something that you're going to need to do. There's going to be a call to action. And what is it that you're going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to continue? You remember in the movie Titanic, there were people who were playing their violins and they were going down with the ship and all of that. The sooner you realize the trajectory of where it is that you're headed, you could be one of those people who were able to be like, talk to the other people who realize what's going on, and you all can go fill up a life raft together and go do what you need to do. But if you stay in denial, if you have this optimism, if you stay with this hope, okay, you can have hope for the best. Expect the worst and hope for the best is what my father used to tell me. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So on that note, let's just make sure we got all of the apples before I jump out of here. Hey, we got some more apples. Let's read those real quick. And then Andrea says, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, so we got a peach in the house who likes that Apple accent. Okay, thank you. And a Stephen sends $3. A Stephen, but you ain't telling me nothing about this date. I was hoping maybe a little information about the date. Okay, well, just meet us behind the scenes. Just meet us behind the scenes. All right, so listen, let me put my little dance emoji up here. Let me put my little dance emoji here. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, so listen, I'm going to see you all in the next broadcast. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is, like I said, I gave the self-love lessons already, right? Pay attention to reality. Forget all this hope. Have hope. But stop with the seeing where it is that you are at. Take an accurate assessment of where it is that you are at. I was able to reduce my body weight by 30% over this past year, maybe even more than 30%. I don't even know, because I don't weigh myself. I just go towards health. But I had to take an honest look at where it is that I was. And where it is that I was I had the inability to get up off of the floor without a big to-do. I was so weak in my core. I had trouble even like in the morning when you're tired, and when I would go to sit down on the toilet, it was difficult for me to get up. I had to like I had to hinge my hands on my legs and push myself up off the toilet in the morning for that morning pee. And it's like, I had to take an honest look. I couldn't just hope for the best without participating in activities to get me there. So I had to take an honest look at myself. I had to do my blood work, and I found out that I was pre-diabetic. Even as a vegetarian, I was pre-diabetic. I was going in the wrong direction. I was heading downhill. And I had to do what it is that I had to do. I had to do what it is that I had to do to change my life. And I completely changed my life. I completely changed my life. So listen, on that note, I will see you all in the next video. Tonya TKO, and I am out. Good night, everyone. Good night, good night, good night.